Hey everybody, it's Beth. Welcome to Infinite Garden. This week I'm going to show you how I put this makeup look together. I've been really interested lately in bold red lips, and whenever I do a bright red lip, the rest of my makeup has to tone down a little bit to accommodate for a new star of the show. Today I'm going to show you how I got this exact look step by step. If that sounds good to you, please stay tuned. On my face I just have the Glossier Priming Moisturizer, and I'm going in with a Givenchy green color corrector just to take down some of the redness. I've been using this a lot lately. I found that it helps to correct some of my foundations. I shared that a little bit in a recent video where I talked about the Rare Beauty foundation and how I use this product to adjust the color just a little bit to make it more useful for my olive skin. And then sometimes I also just use this directly as a first priming step to take down the red right away. Next I'm using Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation in the color Beige. This is a pretty good match for me. It's pretty close. I find that with this green color corrector base beneath it, a very, very light layer of this foundation is really all I need. I do find that this foundation can, over the course of the day, break up a little bit and start to look a bit like makeup. But for the most part, I think it's a pretty nice formula. I'm actually going to be using a few Bobbi Brown products today, which is fun. So it's officially fall where I am today. This morning it was in the 30s, so it's definitely coming on. The leaves have been changing color, and just generally speaking, it's a whole lot darker during the day now. I can totally see that the sunlight has left us for the next 6 months, so I'm doubling up on my vitamin D dose right now and just getting ready for that. How are you all doing so far? I like the fall weather. I like a lot of the things that happen in the end part of the year. I've learned to love the holidays and everything that goes along with it, so I feel a little bit better than I have in years past when this time of year came around. But I have noticed my skin is super dry right now. I'm really having to go in with the big guns right now and try to preserve it. Once we started turning on the furnace and heating the house again, you notice it right away. All of the moisture just goes out of the place. Because we're going to be doing a statement lip later in the look, I want to moisturize my lips now so they look good and not dry later. And I'm going to be using this lip balm by Emile Cordon. This is a company that sent me this balm in PR back earlier in the summer. And I talked about it a little bit on my Get Ready With Me for a Summer Wedding video. And I've really been using this. It's kind of hard to tell, but when I got this, it was full to the top, and I've really been using this for a long time now, for months. It's really nice. It's genuinely really, really nice. It's oil-based. This one is Cannelle. I swear to you, I took French in high school. This is the Nars Smudgeproof eye base. If you've been looking for a good eye base, I would consider this one. The grip is good. I really, really like the Fenty one that I used up earlier this year and would definitely buy that one again. And the Nars is excellent. I've been using this one for years as well and definitely recommend it. But next I'm going to fill in my eyebrows with the Fenty Brow MVP in the color Ash. I recently put up a video about the best brow colors for silver hair, so if you haven't checked that out, please do. One of the things I like best about fall is that the symphony where we live starts playing again. They take the summer off and then they start up again in the fall. And so now they've started up again, and we went to our first show last week, and we have tickets throughout the season, so we get to enjoy them coming up. It's one of those things that I love, and there's no other experience like it for me that I'm aware of yet where I live. It's the only place where I can go and it is expected that I sit down and be quiet. I don't have to interact with anybody. I don't have to carry the conversation. I don't really have to do anything except arrive on time and sit quietly in my seat and enjoy the show. And it is by far the most relaxing experience. Our particular symphony is really great. It's just my favorite. I love live music of all kinds, for real. It really feeds my soul. When we went last week for the season opening show, I really felt it in my heart and in my bones that I was like, yes, I'm back. This is so great. I love this orchestra. Okay, So I've got my brows in. I'm going to use Merit's Brow Pomade in Brown. This is the product they sent to me in PR. I mentioned this product in my recent brow video, but I didn't actually show me using it, so I thought maybe I would do that now. This color brown is good. Here, you can see the difference between the two brows right now. It definitely puts on a bit of a thicker brow and maybe a little bit warmer than the ash. I think the ash is somewhat closer to my hair tone, and the brown pomade warms it up just a touch. Because I'm doing a bright red lip, I'm going to do a muted neutral eye. Let me come in a little bit. I'm using Natasha Denona's Mini Glam right now. This matte shade Marlowe is a really good match for my skin tone, and I find it can look almost like I'm not wearing anything but still give me good sculpting and dimension in the eye. This color won't be great for everybody, but if you do have somewhat yellowish olive tones, you might find this one flattering. If this color isn't right for you, I would just try to pick a matte that is in your natural kind of skin tone palette that just deepens up a little bit, just to create a little bit of sculptural dimension, like I said. This is the one I just used, and then there's a nice deeper brown to darken my outer corner and my lash line, which I'll use in a bit. And then there are 3 shimmers. This one's kind of a warm coppery bronze. This is a very neutral kind of greenish bronze. And then there's this really brilliant inner corner highlight. My lights are a little bright, but I've swatched them here. You can see there's the inner corner on top, the neutral greenish bronze, and then the warm coppery bronze below. I'm going to use the greenish bronze right now just to kind of add a little bit of interest on my lid. And I'm using a very small pencil brush. This one's by Hakuhodo. I know that a lot of people, once you get past a certain age, you think you can't wear shimmers anymore. I think some of the formulas that are out there these days are actually very forgiving and even somewhat camouflaging of eye texture. I know the fear is that a shimmer is going to make your eyes look more textured than they are or draw attention to it. I feel like some of these high-end formulas, specifically the Pat McGrath glitter formula, has a way of scattering and like reflecting light in a way that ends up having a bit of a camouflaging effect. And then I'm just going to add a little bit of depth to the outer corner here. Just a little bit of this here. I'm going to line my eyes with Pat McGrath's Permagel eyeliner in the color Shade. It's a neutral, not too warm brown. It goes really beautifully with this particular eye palette. I'm going to use Bobbi Brown's Smokey Eye Mascara. Been using this lately and really enjoying it. It's a mascara I used to always use almost 100% of the time, and then I set it down looking for something new and different, and I found a number of good formulas, but I'm really happy to be reunited with this particular mascara. I think it's absolutely stunning. This is a pretty glam mascara, and it is in a nice deep black. That's the eye look side by side. Okay, both eyes are done, and I'm going to just finish my complexion. Now for this as well, I just want to stay very neutral, kind of in these same tones. As you can see, I have a bunch of different products that I've taken out of their compacts and put into this magnetic palette. I did that because I found that this was all makeup that I like, but that I wasn't using because they were just sort of squirreled away in these individual little compacts. And so what I'm going to use as a bronzer first, I'm going to use Fenty's Inda Sun. This is an extremely pale and neutral leaning bronzer. It almost doesn't show up on my skin, but I find that it's one of the most natural looking bronze shades that I have. There's almost no warmth to it at all. It's basically a very grayish neutral brown. Okay, can you see the difference here? It's very subtle, but honestly, that's kind of what I'm going for right now. I don't want my bronzer to be super obvious because the lips are going to be the obvious point here. So this is just a little something. I've been using the stuff in this magnetic palette all week and really enjoying it. It's fun to have this out and keep discovering that some of the older makeup that I've had a really long time is still some of my favorite makeup. It's good to remember that. Down in this corner, I have Benefit's Dandelion. This is a super neutral, barely there blush. It just gives me just the slightest bit of blush without it being obvious. This is one of those old school products I've had forever and ever, and I just love it. I've gone through several Benefit Dandelions in my life, and this one I'm making my way through again. I am going to powder down my complexion just because you can see I'm pretty shiny. Not sure exactly where that's coming from. It's a little bit of the makeup, it's a little bit of my own oils coming through. The Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation does have a little bit of a luminosity to it. It's supposed to be like a skin-like finish, which means it's just a little bit luminous. I just want to comb through my brows one more time. In my brow video, I talked about how I'm like on the fence about if I like tinted brow pomades. I find that they can sometimes give me a little bit of a chaotic look in my brows. This particular look I have going on right now is a very normal day-to-day makeup look for me. But today I'm going to finish this up with a great red lipstick by Pat McGrath in the shade Elson 2. Look at that. It's like a wonderful tomato red, very similar to the red here in my scarf. So this isn't like a berry red, it's not a dark, vampy red, it's a bright, warm red. I wiped off the excess lip balm. I'm gonna go in with a light color, kind of pink neutral. This is Pat McGrath's lip liner in the color Buff. I find that lining with a color that's pretty close to my natural lip tone helps provide a good base and just generally makes the red lip blend in a little bit better. So I'm picking up some of this lipstick on a brush here. This is a lip brush by Hakuhodo that you can put in your purse. You put the cap down and then you just pop it out there. And there's your brush. It's really wonderful. And I'm just brushing on a thin layer. This is possible with Pat McGrath because her lipsticks are so pigmented. What do we think? Maybe a little bit more. I like working in these thin layers because the red lipstick can get out of hand fast. Flat. Okay, I think I'm into this. This is the red lip that I was looking for. It is bright and energetic. I feel like generally speaking, my face looks pretty neutral. Looking at myself in the mirror, I don't think that my eyes are competing with the lip, but they are in the same kind of context. They're a little glamorous, there's some shine, there's some sculpting. I have some heavy black mascara on, so they're kind of in the same vibe as the lip, but they're not trying to draw all of the attention. They're more of a supporting role for this vibrant, bright red, warm tomato lip. I do love Pat McGrath's lipstick formula. It is wonderful applied with a brush. It's super heavily pigmented. It tends to stay a very long time and a little goes a long way. If you've been wondering about her lipstick formula, I've tried it in the Luxe, the Matte Trance, the Blitz Trance. I've tried the balms, I've tried everything. Her lipsticks are excellent in my humble opinion. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Please do let me know in the comments if you like to wear a red lip and when. Is it seasonal for you? Is it occasional? What sorts of reds do you like to go for? Or are you like a never ever ever red lipstick kind of person? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear from you. If you're new to my channel, I hope that you enjoyed this. If you want to see more content like this, please subscribe. I post a video every Sunday morning. I hope you're all doing well out there, and I hope you have a great week ahead. Thank you so much for watching. Talk soon.